Okay, so this is for computer programming B. My Replit shows you the assignment working on here. And I still have to modify the Google Doc. But now you can follow along with some more of the steps from that Google Doc, unmodified, because we can get the little window to pop up and working. So this is the one I linked, although it's called Flawless Joint Products. It's actually your Turtles Again assignment. I added a couple of files on there so we can get it working. So once it loads all the files, the key points to remember is that from this .replit file over here on the left-hand side, that's the file I added in. And that's what lets you execute specific Python files, like here. I'm running the demo_walking.py. When I click run, okay, the very first time you load it, it's going to be okay. It loads its thing, it shows its window, and we see that blue turtle, and more specifically, we see the buttons down here, right? Which is something we didn't get working the other time, or it often didn't work. And so now, if you press step, right, it's going to be a little slow. You're going to notice the blue turtle, right? I'm clicking on it multiple times. It slowly inches up the page. When you click run, it moves a little bit faster. When you click stop, it stops it in place. Now, don't ever click the quit button. That's what was breaking it. Because once we close the window, it won't open up again. Okay? Do not click the quit button. Let's say you wanted to rerun your program and restart it again. You're going to click stop up here. Okay? You're going to click stop. And then when you run it again, it will work. But don't ever click quit and your program will work. See, now you see the buttons again. Step, 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 step. Run and stop. Don't press quit. Let's say you wanted to run some other file. Well then, later you're going to write the words. You're going to fill in cat. You're going to fill in cat and mouse, I think. Yeah, you're going to fill in cat and mouse. That's probably the one you're going to run. You're going to fill in mouse.py. You're going to fill in statue.py. I think there might be some in Walking Turtle. Nope, none in Walking Turtle. So if you wanted to like run catmouse.py, you would go here, change this one to catmouse.py. Right now it doesn't do anything, I think, because we haven't written out the other portions of the code. So maybe we'll run simple_demo or demo_simple.py. As you click and run, you see it up on the screen. The most important thing is those buttons in the lower left-hand corner are now there. But in this case, the simple one, these buttons do nothing. Still don't press quit. And then stop and run it again, and you'll see that it works. Cool. So I think it's easiest for you is that once you go to this link, you can fork my program, make a copy of it, and then start modifying your code from there. So we go back to your actual assignment. Like later on, we're going to talk about some pretty big object-oriented ideas like inheritance, polymorphism, and stuff. Those ideas, you have a cool example of it in this program, and it will take some time to get there, as we are like slowly marching through these topics on the slides. Oh, not this one. I want to go to your assignment. Okay, we've marched through in your assignment like the first page-ish. We've got it to work. Now we can dive into the specifics on like what is each file doing, what do we need to write inside each of these Python files. So in this assignment, you're also given a lot of code, so we have to make sense of that. It's another challenge of computer science. Like in my first job, when I was working for HP, I was working on this really, um, it was a security product to help banks and other things manage their private keys. It was on this really big server, like a million lines of code on 1,000 different files, right? And then I had to click around and see, okay, how does this program work? Um, that was like my first month plus, right? And I only understood like maybe 5% of it in that month on what was actually going on. Come on. All right. So then we've gotten it to load, and now we can go into the specifics. This is where it's going to be kind of weird. Jeez. So now we can start reading this stuff, and it will make sense. Never press the quit button. All right, it's behaving. So we haven't talked about inheritance just yet, and method overriding. So that's our next topic. But pretty much you're gonna like write this one, get next state. You're only gonna write that like once, or you're only gonna call it once. And depending on the object that you're in, whether that be a cat, a mouse, or like the statue in the middle, right? Statues don't move. That function is going to, or your get state, depending on which object it belongs to, will know how to behave based on that function call. And that's pretty neat, right? You're going to fill in the the class definitions for a cat, the mouse, and the walking statue. And then you get to see how those relationships interact as you would expect it in an actual simulation, like in the actual world. And then we're simulating it in Python. But there's still a lot for us to like walk through lecture wise so that this block of text makes sense. But gradually, at least now you can get something to show up on the screen. That's mostly all I have to say for computer programming B. The main revelation is don't ever press quit in your assignment. Right? If you press quit, suddenly it breaks on Replit. You can try now modifying parts of your code, seeing what happens, navigating between the different files.